Hi, I'm out in the country in New York State on a retreat with a bunch of friends. And it's nice to feel the openness, the spaciousness, the trees, the sky. And so, with what arises in us, and maybe you've seen that recent movie Inside Out too, and it just gives images, characters to what arises within us. Sadness, fear, boredom, jealousy, envy, anxiety, joy, play, sense of want, connection. What arises in you? And where is there a problem? Is there a problem? Or is it just arising, which they call the dance of Leela, when there is no problem, when everything just is life, play, expression of you, of this beauty, of this innocence that we are. But when we find a difficulty, or when we have something that resists something that arises inside, then that's when it becomes interesting, right? You might, oh darn, I am, oh darn. But what if that was really just an invitation for even a deeper celebration of this beauty that you are? So let's say, like, I can find sadness here. There's sadness about a relationship I have. Sadness. And so if you can, this is where I love some of the gifts of IFS, internal family systems, because with like the sadness, you can find where do you hear that? Where do I hear it? The sadness. Like in me, it's like kind of in my belly. And there's a little bit of contraction. I can find a little bit of contraction with the sadness. Okay? And then often when we have something like this, we call them protector parts. They're responses to it. Like, oh, I don't really like this. Or let's see if we can help it relieve, or if we can distract and not kind of be all like feeling sad today, because look where I am. But so you might notice kind of the responses inside. And those are just, in IFS, we just call them more parts that arise. But as we're aware of all of this, then we go back to the sadness. We go back to like what's really beneath this all, beneath what's happening. It's a sadness, and maybe there's something even beneath that. A sense of a kind of a vulnerable longing for home, connection. But if we're with the sadness, if we're with whatever you're finding that's kind of loudest in your system, then this is the window, the opportunity. Because what I do is, I'm like looking for the innocence. Or some people use the spiritual language, they call it namaste. It's a greeting in India, and it says, the divine in me meets the divine in you, is something like that. And so, as we notice whatever the contraction is in our system, can we meet it with namaste, but going a little deeper into namaste? It's like this sense of, can we look for the essence? Can we look for the essence in the contraction? Which is kind of sneaky here. We're like, in a way, we're looking for fulfillment in the lack. We're looking for okayness in the not okayness. Because we use the word self for this in IFS, but find this in all the traditions. There's a sense of our nature, of beingness, isness, Atman, whatever you call it, or just essence, right? Love. And so what we do here is, in the contraction itself, in this that perhaps we don't like, we look for the beauty in it. Maybe it's, if there's a characterization of it, an animation of it, like we see in this movie inside out, or however you imagine this contraction in your system. If it's an animation, you can almost like look in the eyes and wait for that glow, for that essence to be there. And this is a really, it's just a really nice way to be with what arises in us, because ultimately it is the truth that everything that arises is innocent, is beautiful. You are that. But if there is work to do, those are quotes, air quotes, it's to see that in our areas of difficulty, in our contractions. And this is one way that I play with. I hope that's helpful. I love comments, and also come play with us on the IFS non-dual community on Facebook. Laura Petraeus and I co-host, and it's we've got like 3,000 people. We're exploring all this. I'm on it every day, and it's, if you're wanting to dive deeper into non-duality and IFS, come, or just go and read the some of the posts in the comments. I'm on it for often an hour a day interacting with people, and it's been so rich. I've learned so much from being with people on there. And or come to our groups. We've got free groups all the time, and wonderful to be with you.